I hope y'all are doing good. Just kidding, not y'all, you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. I've been here in Texas now for a little over 2 months, and it's crazy. Like, God has done so much amazing stuff in me, and I've learned so much, and He's teaching me so much, and it's like I've met so many different people, awesome people. I've seen what God's doing in them and how He's moving in their life, and it's so cool. It's like I get to have my cake and eat it too here, but it's like I'm learning so much. I'm growing as a person. Like, it's so good for me, but then I'm having the best time of my life. I haven't laughed so much since forever. Like, I'm laughing so much here. And one thing that I find is funny is when I find things that apply to the whole everything's bigger in Texas. Here's my friend.
What's up, you guys? My name's Kyle. 6 feet 9 inches. Proof everything really is bigger in Texas.
I felt like my God's bigger in Texas, which, okay, obviously He isn't, but it was like He made Himself so real to me that He seemed so much bigger to me than He was before. And so He seemed bigger in Texas. But He's just been showing me how He's not just a God that's up in heaven and just comes down to control big stuff. And, you know, He's shown me that He's a relational God, and that He is more involved in your life. He is more close to you than you'll ever know. And He's just been ripping apart the things that were keeping me from getting closer to Him. And it's so cool. I'm learning so much. Okay, so God has been teaching me so much here, and it's so awesome. I decided to make a bunch of little videos just so you guys know what's going on. And like, if you want to know what a day in a life is like at Honors Academy, or exactly what I do here, then that's going to be up, and it's titled A Day in a Life at Honors Academy. And then there's going to be a video about how God showed me just how much He cares when we struggle with things and when we're going through rough stuff in life. And then there's going to be a video about how I thought that, like, I felt like I didn't deserve, or I wasn't worthy of God's awesome love, and I felt like I didn't deserve His, like, the amazing plan that He had for my life. And I thought I didn't deserve just like that relationship, that close relationship with Him, and how God told me otherwise. And then yeah, there's a bunch of other little videos about how God taught me who I am in Him, and how it does make a difference, and how when you know who you are in God, it changes how you act a lot of the times. And so there's going to be a video about that, and a bunch of other ones. And if you can find them on my Facebook page soon, or on YouTube. So I'm going to be putting up some pictures up on Facebook. I have a lot to catch you guys up on, because I'm not going to lie, I have been horrible at responding to anything or going on Facebook at all. So I don't think I've responded to one thing on Facebook. Like, it's bad. But I'm excited to post all those pictures and videos and let you guys know how I've been doing, because I really appreciate you guys. I get these text messages or these Facebook messages that say, like, hey, you know, we didn't forget well, they don't say it, but it, like, says to me that we didn't forget about you, that we still love you, that, like, you know, we're here, we're supporting you, we're praying for you, and you have no idea how much that stuff means to me, because it's like, wow, like, I have people back at home that love me, that support me, and I really, really appreciate you guys just investing in me as a team like that. And I love you so much. I'm so happy God put people in my life like that, and I really, really appreciate you guys. I would not be at Honors Academy without people supporting me. I would not be able to have this experience. So you guys mean the world to me, and just thank you for your prayers. I can feel them sometimes. It's like, whoa, everything's going perfect. Someone must be praying for me. Like, and I really appreciate like prayers, text messages, like just communicating with me. You guys are awesome. So I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff up on Facebook, catching you guys up on what I've been doing. And then if you have any prayer requests that I can be praying for, please just send me a text or a Facebook message. Let me know and I'll be praying for you. Things that you guys can be praying for me about is just health in general. I've been doing so good and not getting sick, and that is my goal, is to not get sick at all this year. No colds, no like stomach bug, like nothing, to not get sick at all this year. That's literally my goal. And so far a bunch of people have been getting sick around me, and I've been praying and I haven't got sick. So health, not get sick. And the other prayer request is just that I would be able to apply all the wisdom that I'm getting, and that it wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, that's cool, all right, and move on with my life like I never heard it before. Because you don't get the benefit of the wisdom that you know unless if you apply it. So just prayer that I can have the strength and that I would apply the things that I'm learning here and not just like, oh, that's cool. And another thing you could pray for is just that I would have more confirmation and wisdom about what God wants me to do after Honors Academy. So yeah, that's everything. Yes, yep, you guys are awesome. So, back to how God's bigger in Texas. Here's a story about my friend Mike and how God showed up in a big but more personal way.
So my testimony about my back is that since 7th grade, I've had a bad lower back. I've had lower back pains. I really don't know what caused it. But over the years, it's gotten worse and worse. Going through high school, playing sports, playing football, things like that, it never got any better. It only got worse, and I never wanted to complain about it because it didn't do any good. It was never going to get better. I'd had it prayed for multiple times by pastors at my church, things like that, but it just never seemed to get better. I always thought I had faith. I thought I believed in God, you know. So why isn't it getting better? It always made me really mad, but. Over the years, like I said, it got worse and worse and worse, and then I get here, and the first night that we have session here is a Saturday night. I have someone who's now my CA pray for me during a healing session, the healing part of the session at the end of the session, and I went up to him and he started praying for me, and I'm kind of hunched over just a little bit, and minute and a half into the prayer, my whole back straightened out. My lower back straightened out. It popped a couple times, and I don't really cry, hardly ever, but I was bawling my eyes out because of how happy I was. I've never been able to feel a straightened lower back since I can remember. This is how I used to have to stand. It was kind of like with a hunched back, and then try to stand up straight at the same time. Because it was always curved in. My lower back, I don't know what the problem was. It was just always curved in and always hurt. But now I can stand up straight with a good posture. My back's straight all the way up, and it doesn't hurt. So, yeah.
That is so cool. What was your parents' reaction when you told them?
Amazed. They told everybody back home. They told my best friends. They told my whole family. My aunts and uncles, people from church who I barely even know, they just told them all, they're like, his back doesn't hurt anymore. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. It's amazing. I'm so happy. So, yeah, my mom especially, because she was one of the people who, even though I didn't ever complain about it anymore because it wasn't worth complaining about, she was one of the people who always knew that it was there.
Yeah,
and she knew when it was hurting. She would see me walking around the house holding my back after I'd get done running, you know, or get done working out, things like that. So she was always there. She was always a supporter. So she said that she was super happy when she found that out because she's been praying for me for years over my back. But I just never had the faith. That session was all about faith and joy, and I had the faith at the moment, and I still do. And yeah, that's why it was healed. God's amazing, seriously.
That's so cool.
He has the power. I just needed to accept that power before it was ever going to happen. So. And so I went up on stage. They were asking for people to tell about their testimonies, and I explained, you know, it's my lower back. I can't do anything without it now. I can run. I can run without pain. I have a big frame, so whenever I run, you know, it would always smash my lower back and it would hurt really bad, and I can run without any pain now. So a crazy, awesome, amazing thing that happened to me literally the first day that we had anything happen on campus, and ever since just been full of joy and just really happy, you know. I love to work out, and so when I can do that without pain, God's amazing. God's so amazing. So
yeah.
Hand it back to Sarah.
That's so cool. Thank you, Mike.
So I remember that night when Mike got healed. It was like there's a speaker and he was talking about healing, and he was like, all right, anyone who has anything that needs to be healed, stand up. And everyone who's sitting around that person, standing up, pray for them and pray that God heals them. And I'm just like, standing there, like, I totally feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't have faith. I don't feel like you're going to get healed. And me being from New England, I'm all skeptical. Like, this is just a big hype thing. God isn't going to heal anyone here. Like, what's going on? I'm just so uncomfortable with the situation. And then the speaker was like, all right, now, after we were done praying, the speaker was like, all right, anyone who got healed, come up here and tell us about it. And so, the first two people, they go up and they're all relaxed and they walk up. Yeah, I had a headache and it's not hurting anymore. And we're like, yeah, that's good. And like, I don't know. I didn't really believe that it was God healing them. Like, I know that it was possible that in the hype of things, they just felt like they got healed. And after the second person went up, I just was thinking about it, and I was like, if someone really got healed of something, they would be so ecstatic about it. Like, they would be so shooken up. It would be such a big deal, and they'd just be like, it wouldn't be relaxed. Like, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. So yeah, that's just me being skeptical. But as soon as I finished that thought, God's like, oh yeah, Mike comes up, and he's all out of breath, and he didn't even run up there. He was by the stage anyway, so he just kind of walked over there, and he was so shooken up. And when he told us about what God did and how he healed him, like, he was so ecstatic and shooken up, and he started crying, and it was just like, he was just like, this is what God did, like, my back, and he was freaking out. And as soon as I saw that, and I saw that that was real and that was God, like, it hit me, and I started bawling my eyes out, because I was like, wow, God, wow, you're real, you're here, like, that was you, God, that wasn't any hype, that wasn't anything, like, that was you. And a lot of stuff like that keeps happening, and it's so amazing, it's so refreshing. And it's like, I don't know if you knew or remember, like, back in the springtime, before I knew I was coming here, I was freaking out. I remember bawling my eyes out and stressing out so bad. Just because I had no idea where I was supposed to go after high school, and I knew there was no way that I could figure it out. Like, I couldn't figure it out with the Bible. Like, no one, and not even my parents, could tell me exactly where I was supposed to be. It was something that I had to figure out, and it was just between me and God, and like, that's how I would figure it out. And he knew the whole time that I was supposed to be here, and he worked everything out perfectly. Like, he knew. I was so stressed out about it, but he knew, and he would have told me if I just would have asked and like trusted him and let it go, like, stop stressing out about it. And it's just so amazing, like, looking back, and now that I'm here, it was so worth